So far, if you have been following this Arming Sword series, the way we have been practicing has always been that the opponent attacks and then we will block it somehow and counter-attack. So there is a reason for that, why this kind of training has been prioritized, because in my experience, especially in sparring, it's very difficult to be the first attacker or how to attack very safely. So it's much more easier to be the defender. But the problem, of course, is that what to do if your opponent is not attacking either. So in that case, there are some things what we can do, and these are really part of the tactical ideas in the hardstyle Arming Sword here. So I will show what these are. So the first one is pressing kind of technique. So if my opponent is ready there to cut with the sword, let's say on his right shoulder, for example, we are too far off, so we can't hit, but he's just waiting there. So he's doing nothing. So what I'm gonna be doing is to put some pressure in. So I'm not going to step in and attack like that, because then he will block it and counter me. So I'm giving him at least one free move here. This is not what I want to do. I want to make him cut first. So what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna be inching closer. And when he cuts, that's when I block and attack him. So this is like a game of chicken. So who chickens first? So the one who chickens first will be the one who will be cutting first, or thrusting, depending on game. So I'm kind of getting closer. So when he thinks, I'm not in range. So when he thinks I'm in range, he gets very tempted to cut me. And that's when I move. So let's try again. You can also start from here. You can get closer. When he cuts, you can do this. So all the moves what we have been practicing, you will put into play. So this is basically, I'm baiting my head. I'm really putting my head here. So hit it. So when he does, then I will block and counter. So that was the first option, how to make him cut. Then there is a second option, and by the way, these are not the only options, but these are very useful in sparring, for example. The second option is to pretend that I make a mistake. So, and this can also happen quite easily, that if I'm like playing like a newbie fighter, so I'm coming in and cutting, but then I miss on purpose, which ends up once again baiting my head here. So now, and this can look like really stupid. So it's I'm looking at his leg here. So I'm really gonna I'm gonna cut your leg. Then I miss, but I'm so close, and then I will cut him. So it's like whoop, up. I'm gonna cut your leg, and then when he cuts, I'm aborting the mission. I need to be careful here, so that I have time to parry his sword. So this is where it gets really tricky. But these two concepts are, so get closer, or cut at the legs, and when he cuts you, you can then move into one of the finisher moves already. So it really is that simple. So you're trying to trick your opponent here. Those two options I use a lot in sparring myself. They're quite fun when they succeed, and case being that usually it's very easy to tempt somebody to cut you. So I just suggest that try these out, especially in hard sparring, and see how they go. And if your opponent cuts, then you already have the understanding what to do, because we have been practicing that previously. So you block and counter, and that's the game. All right, have good fights. See you next time.